Welcome to the Eclectic Thrifter and Crafter, where we thrift and craft with purpose. It's Tea Tuesday, or in my world, Crafty Tuesday. Pour yourself a cup of tea and let's see what project we have for today. We are going to make a 1/12 scale potting bench. I have my little Humpleman marked for tabletop for all my tables for my build. Here are my measurements for this project. Yours may vary. The wood that I'm using is vintage wood from an HL scale craft set that I have on eBay. I have one that was complete, still sealed, and the other one was partially used. So some of the wood I gleaned for craft purposes, and the unused sheets I married to the complete set that I have on eBay. Now the tabletop for a potting bench is going to have gaps in the middle so the dirt falls through. Since it was spring and I was out in the garden for the last couple of weeks, off and on, I thought, well, we'll do a little miniature gardening. Yesterday was very warm. I was using E6000 glue for another part of the project, but it wasn't cooperating, and so I did have it all over my hands, so I thought I'll just put gloves on and get this section done, and then we'll try and make what I started to make yesterday for next week. It's going to be all part of the garden theme for the next couple of weeks. I've made the back legs longer because there's going to be a shelf on the potting bench. Most of my projects are quite spontaneous. I don't generally have a plan, and I don't generally draw anything out, so I might have to notch things or sand things here and there, but that's part of the fun of being creative. The house build is coming along. I just plastered the walls in the tower, getting ready for wallpaper, and took the top off of the first tower for the pinnacle to extend that third floor. Now I can get accurate measurements of everything. The third floor is going in, as well as starting on the outer doors. Well, we're almost done with our table. I'm going to cut these little bits to put a shelf on the back. I'm trying to make use of all of my scrap wood for this whole project, for the build and for the furniture that I'm going to make for the inside and out. The only items I plan on purchasing are things that I can't possibly make. There we are. These little clamps come in very handy. I've cut two 6-inch pieces of wood to put across the top of the shelf, and we're almost done. I'm going to cut to size and glue together 2 jumbo craft sticks. Remember, when using and gluing craft sticks, you need to clamp them down all along the edges and at the ends because craft sticks want to curl up when they're glued. And this is why I save scraps, because you never know when you're going to need them. I do sort through my scrap wood and I only keep the most viable pieces. Alright, let's move on to our next little project. Below are the tools that you're going to need. We're going to get creative with some veneer and a skewer. The piece of veneer I'm going to cut is going to be approximately 2 inches by 2.5 inches. Turn your veneer to its longest side, then proceed to continue cutting 1/8 inch strips. Gather together one at a time 9 of your 1/8 inch sections. Shape it as a fan and keep that fan tail pinched at the bottom. Sandwich your fan between 2 pieces of craft stick. Make sure you keep that fan tail together tightly at the bottom, and then you're going to clamp it. I am using these needle nose pliers to hold onto the project because I'm going to be using a heat gun. The metal clamps as well as the needle nose pliers are going to get hot. You only need to heat the veneer up enough to melt the glue. If you keep the heat on it for too long, it will singe the veneer. Using your X-Acto tool, you're going to flatten out your skewer on both sides. Then use E6000 glue to attach it to your fan and allow it to rest for 20 minutes. My little project is beginning to take shape. I'm going to take a thin piece of wire, straighten it out, anchor it in the partially set glue, and wrap it around the top of the fan and the skewer. And now our little leaf rake is beginning to take shape. Once you've wrapped the wire around the fan several times, loop the wire through 2 or 3 times and then clip it. I've run some wax along the edge of a piece of embroidery thread, and now I'm going to weave it through the end of the rake. Start your threading in the middle, go across 2 or 3 times and end in the middle, and you'll be able to hide your threads nice and neatly at the end. Ever so gently bend the tip of each prong of the rake. It is going to cause a break in the surface of the veneer, so you're going to want to seal the ends of the prongs with Mod Podge. Stay tuned next week for some more mini gardening fun. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and subscribe, share my thrifting and crafting channel with your thrifting and crafting friends, and help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I welcome your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Check us out on Instagram and tap that notification button for upcoming announcements of thrifts and crafts. But most of all, have a lovely, lovely day.